Hello there and welcome back to Smash and Grab TV. My name's Double D. We're here at the Crash Bang Wallop Cup watching the Creeping Burping Clowns, which is the Goblin team, versus Tolmandary's champions. Joining me here today is JP here at the Windy Top. JP, how are you today?
I'm good, and I'm excited to see this match today coming up. We've got the Necro, which are always a team very dangerous, particularly those werewolves. But the Creeping Burping Clowns, Goblins, as funny as they are, not to be underestimated.
No, they have played a blinder at the first match of the season, haven't they? So it'll be very interesting to see whether their luck holds out today. And, oh my word, look at that.
It strikes fear into your heart, doesn't it?
They are terrifying. Oh, now before things actually kick off, as we're being presented with the teams, I do just have a news item that has come in. Porky Pies, which is the pie manufacturers and sellers who are normally with us on the pitch, have, in a shock turn of events, been ejected from the stadium as allegations have emerged that their biggest selling pie contains up to 60% Noblar flesh. Now, the NAF have withdrawn their license pending investigation. And, okay, so, sorry, the coin has been tossed. Stay with us for further news on Porky's Pies. What are we doing now? We're setting up here on the pitch. Now, JP, what can you tell us about this setup that the Goblins have got?
So the Goblins are setting themselves up in... Who's kicking? So they are kicking?
I totally missed it. I'm so sorry.
So they were setting up first, weren't they? So if they're setting up first, they're going to be kicking. Yes, that's right. So what we've got here, we've got the ball and chain put right at the front. He's going to cause a lot of damage put up there, but there's a flesh golem blocking him. So we'll see. Oh, what an event! There's a riot.
Well, you know, that's wholly because of the Porky Pies things. I'm absolutely sure.
It's the Noblar flesh. They want more.
Yeah. Just hungry for more. Wow. Okay. So they actually lost an entire turn because of that riot. We're on turn 2 already. JP, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Sorry.
I'm just absorbed into the game currently. So we've lost a turn already, and it's the Necros which are coming up first. So they're in attack. The ball is put deep into the field, and to start with, the line of scrimmage is being attacked.
Yeah, big style. That ball and chain is an incredibly powerful weapon, of course, and you really don't want to get on the end of it, whichever team you're on.
Yeah, that flesh golem is scarily close to him at the moment.
And the werewolves picked up the ball, taking him up the pitch.
He's a bit exposed there. The goblin zombies, isn't it, coming in to protect him?
Yes, and it's wise to do so. Look at that troll as well. That's quite... Well,
He's got a glint in his eye.
yeah. He's looking hungry. And if he can't get straight to the ball carrier, he can at least get damn near to him, which is a huge threat.
Yeah, he's being wary of that bomber. As you can see, halfway up the pitch there, we've got a goblin bomber. If he gets any closer, that bomb can reach him.
Yeah, now there was a brave blitz there from the undead team, taking down both himself and the troll. That moves it over back to the goblin team.
All the ball and chains go in first.
And it's so hard to control that ball and chain. You can see the struggle and strain on every sinew of that goblin's flesh.
Oh, and it's a first KO. That's the Necro's white.
Of course, it's very important to keep that ball and chain spinning, because once it stops, it's nigh on impossible for that goblin to get it moving again.
And the trolls making themselves felt.
Yes. Yeah, you do not want to get on the end of that, I tell you. I caught one back in my early days. I caught a troll fist to the underside of my jaw, and I literally flew. It was insane.
So there's the bomber. Oh, where's he throwing his bomb?
Well, here's hoping.
Oh no, he's dropped
Oh,
it.
he's fumbled.
No.
He's straight down. Now that will bring joy to the undead.
Oh, what a turn of events. So that ball's coming in behind the flesh golems.
with a blitz as well.
Oh,
taking him
that's
down
risky.
nicely.
Risky, but worked in his favour.
It has. It has. And that's opened up that side of the pitch quite nicely for him. Those undead, they can't move very fast.
Of course, the worry is that troll wakes up, blitz that zombie, and he's immediately putting ball onto the pressure onto the ball carrier.
Indeed, indeed. That zombie's followed behind the werewolf there, hoping to be able to catch him before he can shift. With an assist, perhaps, from that troll. Oh!
Oh, and I haven't noticed it. That isn't any ball in chain on there. That's a star player.
Oh, right.
That's Fungus the Loon.
He is a hell of a player. You ever come up against this team?
In the past, I've come up with a couple of Goblin teams, yeah, and they are difficult with chainsaws, bombers, pogo sticks, ball and chains. You just got to be careful, and of course they've got the ability to throw teammate as well. A troll can pick up a goblin, throw it down the pitch, so they've got the ability to score a touchdown in one go. So they are weak, but they have got dodge, so they can move around the pitch, and they can, as you can see just there, 2 flesh golems, and he's run away out of harm's way.
Which is really the only sensible option, isn't it? I understand Dunkster's has quite a lot of experience with the Goblin teams, both in this season, in this league, and without of it. Is there anything particular about his style of gameplay that viewers should look out for?
It's aggressive. So the ball and chain is always used to kind of push that line of scrimmage about. But it's his positional play. If you've seen the last game, he can place those goblins in certain places to tie players up, even if they are low in strength.
Yeah.
So the second werewolf's moving that troll out the way that we said was going to be a threat, using his frenzy to push him back.
Brilliant play. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, and he's dodged back out the way.
Dodged back. Well, that was a brave move, but look at the way that he's left things. That's lovely.
Yeah, there's a little sideline there that he's going to try and run down. He's got some goblins there, but they are only goblins. So danger, of course, is that bomber is not too far away now.
Yes. But of course, Tolmandary himself is an expert with the undead team. He's somebody who's been playing with undead for many years now, and he knows how best to use that. The advantages that team presents.
Oh no! And Fungus the Loon went straight into a troll, his own player, and taken him down.
The chaos of the goblins, it never fails to entertain.
So now, can he do it? Can he move all those goblins out the way for that werewolf to come home?
There's his blitz. He's got him down. Oh,
that's
of
a
course,
dodge.
Yes,
but he's got another one with frenzy, so it'll be another dodge. He has to follow up though. So now, if he needs to get out of the way, he has to dodge, and that fails.
That's gotta hurt. You can see his tail between his legs there. Absolute shame. Bad dog.
So the ball is completely exposed now. There's no necro team around it whatsoever. The goblins need to kind of hide. So what we'll see is a bunch go around the ball to keep it protected before anyone even attempts to pick it up.
And that is wise play, really, isn't it?
Oh, the bomber's fouling the werewolf, stamping on his face.
And that's a risky move with the bomber. You don't want to lose that player. They don't tend to last on the pitch very long.
Well, the danger you've got, end of the drive, you see, they will potentially be sent off for a secret weapon. So use him while you can, really.
I suppose so.
Fungus the Loon is going off the pitch by himself, not know where he's going, completely out of harm's way. That is disastrous for the Goblins right now.
Well, as I said earlier, he's got to keep that ball and chain spinning just in order to keep using it. But of course, that leaves him dizzier and dizzier as the game moves on.
So the Goblins have got the ball, but they haven't got it into the protective cage. Okay,
No.
the werewolf can knock him down, but it will be pretty tough ask.
Yeah, well, sometimes all you can do is your best, isn't it? You know, cage up as well as you can and hope that it's enough. Ooh, nasty
Felt
block
bad.
there from the flesh golem.
Felt bad for that goblin.
He's going to be out for a round or two.
See, so the Necro is trying to get through into that ball carrier, trying to knock the goblins out. Now he's on the sideline there.
It's a risky place to go.
Of course, the ones that can stand on the sidelines with the Necros is the flesh golems. You can't push them.
Yes, they have that skill stand firm, I believe, isn't it?
Here we go. Horse both down. Oh, he's got block.
He has, and that makes all the difference.
So the ball's free, but it's gone behind the goblins still. So good screening there from the goblin team. Can Necro get? It's getting closer and closer to the touchdown.
And of course, those werewolves are so fast. If they can get that break, they can make it to the end with no problem.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So he's moving to the side of the pitch, trying to keep those werewolves at bay and building a nice solid cage around it. The trolls are not having a great game, it has to be said. We've had one that's been down and he's not getting up because he's so thick he doesn't understand. Oh, look at that. Didn't realise that. The weather is sweltering heat.
And what effect does that have on the players?
So at each drive, what that means is that they need to, they may overheat. So on each drive, there may be people that are unable to come out and play.
Wow.
So as the touchdown gets called, we'll see. So the werewolves then trying to push back those goblins and open up that ball carrier again. You see, they're hard players to get down. They're not very strong, but because they've got that ability to dodge, they can just slip out the way.
Yes, yes. I certainly found that in the past. They are frustratingly able to keep hold of that ball and just keep getting knocked back until they can find their opening to make that dash for it. And with that stunty skill as well, they're very good at dodging past people. Oh, we've got a blitz.
Here comes the dogs.
Ah, there's the dodge again.
And he's got a frenzy, so he can push him back some more. He's got block. No, he's not. It's the other one. Oh!
Oh, you felt that, didn't you? Oh.
So again, the ball's in open play, but still behind. Well, no, it's to the side of the goblin screen.
It's a little too close for the goblin's comfort, I think.
Where is Fungus Daloon going? He's on his own little journey right now. Oh, he does find a player. He's found a mark.
And he's knocked him flying. Wow. I can imagine the Goblin team is a hell of a lot of fun to coach, but I can also imagine being supremely annoyed at all of the things that can go wrong.
Oh yeah, when they blow up, they can blow up. So there's the troll trying to make his mark again. As I say, they've been a bit isolated up there at the side. And there's the goblins hanging around to try and make sure that... Oh, we got a bomb! Oh,
and
it's taken a flesh
down
golem.
The flesh golem. And is that,
unfortunate.
Is that a goblin that's gone down as well?
No, that was Goblin ran over to pick the ball up, drop the ball. But another Goblin's rescued it. So he's a bit exposed out there, though, and quite close to his end zone.
Yeah, and he hasn't got very many people around him to help, even if he does make the break for it, does he?
No. But with only one turn left to go in this half, Necros are running out of time. Can they get the ball and take it to the touchdown in this go?
That's a big question. And gosh, this first half has moved quickly, hasn't it? I suppose that riot took a lot of time out of it, but it's really flown by this match so far. What's he doing now?
How's he going to get the ball out? So that white then, is he going to blitz? Yes, he is. So he's going to come down and take the ball carrier. So who's going to take the ball to the end zone if he can get it?
That's the big question. Does he have any means to do that?
Oh, it's flying everywhere. Who's going to catch it?
Oh,
that could have worked out better for the goblins.
If that had made it all the way to that zombie to catch and run with, I would have eaten my hat. That was insane.
But it's gone away from the end zone, so it's much harder to get to.
So much harder, yes. So it's looking like a 0-0 at the end of the first half. Can't see any way the Goblins can get it to the other end.
No, unless there's a throw teammate. But no, even then they wouldn't be able to do that. Fungus Saloon making his mark, finally finding some players. Don't hit that troll, Fungus, come on.
Oh.
Oh, and the troll sat there picking his nose, wondering why he's here.
Doesn't even realise that Fungus is behind him. It's hilarious.
And end of turn, took some damage on the flesh golem, but nothing lasting.
Yeah, no.
Can they
severe
hurt the
injuries
werewolves? I'm expecting more fouls. I've only seen one so far.
Yes, not a coach afraid to put his boot in his dunk, is he?
Oh, unfortunate. Drops the ball, and that's going to mark the end of the first half.
Fabulous. Well, what do you make of that so far? Are you enjoying what you're seeing?
I am. I mean, we knew it was going to be a close match, really, with two coaches at the top of their game. Both coaches were vying for the top spot in the last league.
Indeed.
So, but how do you think the game's going so far?
I couldn't call which way it's going to go. I really couldn't. It's one of those. Well, Goblins are one of those teams where just anything can happen. I mean, you've already seen just here. One of the players was due to be sent off, has actually managed to bribe his way back on, and now we have two spinning balls of terror.
So as you can see, the sweltering heat is taking its toll. We've got two Goblins off, and we got three of the Necro players off, just exhausted from the heat.
Yeah. It's so hard to call how this is going to go, because if things go right for the Goblins with their special weapons, they can absolutely romp it as they did in that first match. But those undead, they're so hardy, they're so tough, they're so inexorable in their movement forward.
That's a nice word.
What, forward?
Inexorable. I'm very forward.
I've been thumbing a dictionary while we've been watching. But no, I genuinely, I've got no idea which way this is going to go. And that pogo stick on the pitch as well, that is such well, it's deadly for shifting that ball quickly, isn't it? And we've got a pitch invasion. God almighty, they need to get that pie man back on the pitch. This is insane.
So we've got a problem here. If we look at the numbers, that Necro team, it's what a disastrous start to the second half. I'm counting the numbers of those Necro teams, and we've got there's less than 11. There's what, 7?
Yeah. Do you
So
know, those
that's-
pitch invasions, they can make such a big difference, and there's nothing that can be done about them. You know, once
Well,
the player's injured.
Yeah, they're down for a couple of goes, and that's helped the Necro team there, really. I mean, the Goblins have been the worst off from this effect, so those number of players that are down for the Necros has been kind of evened up, at least for a few goes anyway.
Yes. Now, of course, if the Goblins can make fast move with the ball, they can still get somewhere, but then they're so much weaker as a team with the sort of lower numbers, aren't they? And while their players are stunned.
But look at that defense. I mean, the Necro got so few players to defend that on each wing they've got one zombie, they've got a white in the middle, and they've got a werewolf. So they've just got to kind of hope that they can pull themselves round whenever the Goblins decide which way they're going to go.
Now, is that the pogo stick guy who's got the ball? I can't quite see from this angle.
No, that's a normal Goblin. There's not the pogo guy's not out there by the looks of it. You'd notice him.
He presumably got taken off in the pitch invasion then.
So there we go. So ball carrier is now under threat with that werewolf breathing down at him.
Yeah.
And the flesh golem on the other side, and the white. So they've got him in a pincer movement. He's going nowhere.
Yeah. Even with Stunty, it's going to be very difficult to get out of that.
Goblin tried to dodge. Oh, and he's KO'd from it. I can't dodge all the time.
No, and that's got to have Dunk sucking through his teeth in frustration. So here comes the big push now with the Necromantic team, just taking down that ball carrier like he was a wet paper bag.
So the white's taking him down. Is that going to leave the werewolf the ability to pick the ball up? If he can get there, there is nobody there to protect him. Yes, absolutely. does he risk it? The werewolf failed to dodge in the last half. A bit of insurance covering the ball.
Yes, never hurts. Should he fail and not be able to get to it, it's at least going to make it harder for the goblins to pick it up. Oof.
And here we go. So he's going to blitz him out, and then he's going to try and pick the ball up by the looks of it.
Ah, clever.
He can knock him down. He does. He knocks him down.
Yes.
Excellent.
So he has no worries about dodging. He obviously can't pass having picked up the ball if he manages
Can he
to pick
reach
up
the
ball,
end zone?
but he's still got some legs on him. Surely that's put him far enough away that he can't be taken down.
Yeah, I don't think they can reach him. I think they can just cause some damage and put some pressure on him. Oh, lovely. So we got a player in marking him.
And a second.
And there's the pogo stick. There he is. There he comes, bouncing in. Is he going to blitz? Oh no! And he's fallen over, rushing towards him. Can he get there? He can.
The reroll helps him, and the blitz, but only a push. Still, that makes it significantly harder for the werewolf.
It's unfortunate though, because he's been pushed away from the other tackle zones. So if he can blitz him out, he's then got a clear run. But remember, he has to follow. The werewolf has to follow up. So if he does blitz him, he has to push him. He has to go into the tackle zones of the other two goblins.
Now, is that on the first blitz, or is that purely on the frenzy if he pushes?
It's on every time he blocks, he has to follow up. He has to go into the square because he's a frenzied wild animal. So here we go. Oh, and he's got the block, so that works. He doesn't have to follow up from there because there's no movement, and he romps it
Wonderful.
home.
What a touchdown! Look at the smile on that puppy's face.
That worked in his favour. We had the sweltering heat, which brought the numbers down. But then, of course, we had that pitch invasion, which just wiped out the goblin players.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Those dwarves... Are those dwarves Tolmandary's champions from Blind's Deepest Miners from last season? Can't quite tell. Because, of course, they were the ones who were managed by Tolmandary in the first season.
Oh, I see. Do you think they've taken a bit of retirement and taken up music instead?
Yeah.
See, there's a werewolf out. This is the problem. Necromantics, those werewolves are so good. But they've only got the one, but they only need the one. Oh.
Yeah, well, they're the players that can move the fastest, of course, for Tolmandary's team. Was that a? Oh, it's a bribe, and that's gone through.
Fungus the Loon, no. Fungus the Loon is off. So their ball and chain star player is not there, but they've got a chainsaw out there on the pitch now.
They have. And has the bomber come back, or is the bomber?
The bomber is also off.
Okay, so chainsaw and pogo stick, and heavy boots when they can get them in.
They still got both trolls, but the trolls need to start performing a bit better, I feel.
Yeah. Well, these big guys, they pack a hell of a punch, but more often than not, they just stand there wondering what they're supposed to do next, which is it's very difficult for that goblin team when they do that.
Yeah, when they work, they're fantastic. When they're sat there drooling and picking their nose, you might as well have a halfling on the team.
Yeah. Hey!
Halflings are great cooks, but come on, I mean, are you saying you're a great Blood Bowl player?
We've been known to do well. We've even done well against the goblin teams, I have to say. We've made our mark in this league, just not very high up, as it were. Oof.
So it was a high but short kick, so it's up the pitch. So that could be useful, but they need to protect that ball, keep it safe from those necromantics. Do you think the goblins can come back? Can there be an equaliser?
I think it's perfectly possible at this point. We're only on turn 12, so we've got, a quarter of the game left to go. And there's that chainsaw coming down, and he's killed him! Slightly orange is slightly dead. Wow.
Is he going to stay dead? The undead have a habit of regenerating. Let's see what he does.
They do.
And there he is. He's back on his feet. So he's off the pitch.
He's not looking so pretty, but oh my word. Donkey's absolutely determined he's going to take this back, isn't he?
The goblins are doing goblin things. We've had a chainsaw, we've had stomping on the face, and now the pogo stick. The crazy old man is coming in, but he's dropped the ball.
That's unfortunate.
It's gone behind him. It's safe. It's safe for now. But that chainsaw's made its mark. If I was the Necros, I'd be a little worried about that guy there.
You see, such things they can make all the difference. You know, when you've got a coach who is just so determined to make his mark, as Dunk has been, you know, in the last season, and you know, he was talking about trying the Goblins almost as a challenge to himself because he wasn't, quote unquote, expecting to win 2 seasons in a row, but he wants it. You can see by his play he wants to win this game.
Oh, and the dogs taking down the chainsaw. How's he going to survive? He's okay. He's just on the floor. But they've come around in a pincer movement. One zombie either side. Another one's coming up.
Now, do you think he can make his way through the middle? Is he going to be able to clear that flesh golem out of the way?
They are tough. So that's interesting. He's brought the werewolf up. So he's not leaving anybody too much in the back, but he is still slightly behind as a sweeper. It's a good defensive play. You commit all your players to the front, and you're in danger if they break through.
Yes.
I'm feeling dangerous every time I see that chainsaw out there. I'm sensing blood.
Yeah, big time. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Tolmandary is playing a more cautious second half now that he's got that first touchdown in.
Yeah,
and it really is up to Dunk to make a difference now.
So the trolls come in to mark off that werewolf, try and keep him out of the way. And they've got the ball. Well done. Good job, lads. It's a basic skill. But not so easy.
No. Now, the Pogo, he's got some movement on him, but he's chosen at the moment to just cage up. How does the Pogo compare to, say, the werewolf for their ability to move?
So the useful thing with the pogo stick is that they can leap. So they can jump over squares, they can jump over people. And as they do so, they can ignore tackle zones. So they're much harder to take down. So
Would you still have dodge as well?
Yes. So they're quite nimble, and you can break a defensive wall, and they can get over it. If you can throw one, then even better.
That's not something I've ever seen, but I would love to see them give it a go.
So they're in the centre there, and the Necros are coming around both sides and in the centre, really putting tight pressure onto that cage.
Yes.
Oh, he tried. The werewolf tried, but he's just too weak. Not strong enough.
It was a desperate move. I think I would have been more inclined to try to dodge out of that, but maybe it's because of my size. I'm just less inclined to tackle those big guys when it's against me.
Oh no!
Survival trait.
And that troll has been sat on that line of scrimmage, and he's just been picking his nose. He don't know where he's going.
Perhaps he thinks a Noblar's pulled up there.
There we go. So we just saw him jump over, and now he's making a break for it.
Wow.
That's the danger. Now, that's great. The only thing he's got to be careful of is that werewolf on the floor. So this is why the goblins come to mark him now.
A failed dodge there. He's pretty vulnerable out there, isn't he?
He is.
He'll be hoping that both trolls fall foul of their stupidity just to give him that extra bit of breathing space.
So that's an interesting tactic. So the Necro are trying to free some people up there, particularly their werewolf. Both their werewolves are on the floor, but if they can free that one up, then he can at least get him to potentially mark the player, if not.
Yeah, they've got legs on them, but of course, when you're knocked down, it's a lot harder to move so far, isn't it? Your distance is cut down, so whether he can actually get to the Pogo guy or not, I don't know. He's going for a blitz.
Oh, he is.
He's reached him.
He's going to push him to the edge.
Is he going to frenzy?
Is he going to knock him off? He is.
He's got him.
And he pushed him into the sidelines.
Oh, you're going to hear the bones crack.
Oh, and the ball's gone right back where it started from. That is unfortunate. That is so unfortunate.
What a bit of luck, though. For the what a bit of luck for the undead team.
If the pogo stick player was one square further back from the sideline, he wouldn't have been able to do that. A little bit of an oversight that the werewolf could reach him.
Yes.
So what can they do?
turn 15. We are right near the end of the match here.
Just desperation time for the Goblins.
Yes.
Can they get the ball and get it further down that pitch? They want it the other side at least.
That's clear. He got the people in the right
Oh,
position.
and the Troll's gonna... The Troll's... Is he gonna take him off?
Was he just taking him from behind? It's difficult to see.
I don't know what I paid to watch here today.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. He tried to dodge out the way and a white just took his legs out.
Interesting, though. His name, I don't know if you spotted it. His name is Pie Filler. I wonder if he's got any connections to Porky's Pies.
Yeah. He does look like he got a bit of knobbler around his teeth, doesn't he?
We've got a fumbled pick up there by the white.
That's
Here
unfortunate.
we are now coming into turn 16.
So, is that Troll going to take that werewolf and push him off the pitch?
I mean, he'd be a fool not to try.
So the chainsaw's definitely made his mark.
He has.
I think in the first game, a bit underused. Oh, unfortunate.
And that's gone to a player who's already rolled. Already moved, I mean.
One last play. Goblins can't
Yes.
win. Can the Necro...
Tolmandary's get another.
I think he's just going to hit them. I think he's
Yeah.
going to hit them as much as he can. This is where the blood comes in the Blood Bowl. They've forgotten there's a ball. Werewolf with block. It's a dangerous sight to see. And is the chainsaw going to survive?
His teeth. He's down, but he's not out.
Oh, he's a brave man. Oh, he's going to take the goblin, right? Yeah. Not the troll.
That makes sense. You know,
Well,
if you
Troll's
can manage to injure somebody, of course, you're getting yourself some extra skill points, which can help with the team development.
Oh, unfortunate. Unfortunate.
He needs some bigger studs on the bottom of his shoes, I think. So there we have it. Tolmandary's champions are the winner. 1-0 to them. We've got 3 armor breaks.
Against
Yeah,
the Creepy Burping Clowns at 8. So that's interesting. Ball possession, 37 and 31. So pretty even, really, on who owned it. Occupation of own half, 37 to 12. And occupation of opponent's half, 0 to 18. And I think that kind of says it all, really, doesn't it, on the chances. I mean, the Goblins, they got it in for one turn, but that was it. That was it.
Yeah. And
51
you can
blocks
see versus
versus
the blocks
22.
sustained, it's so much harder for the Goblins really to cause damage. It's very much about dodging around and getting where they can. And Tolmandary's champions, they just didn't give them the opportunity.
No, but they didn't break any armor, did they? If you have a
No.
look, the Necro, they didn't get through to cause any real damage.
Yeah, so disappointing in some ways, but I have to say, after the way that they played in that first match, I'm not sorry to see the Creepy Burping Clowns taken down just a little bit, taken down a peg.
I feel like a personal vendetta's going on there.
No, yes, no.
Double D, where is your impartiality of a commentator?
I'm not getting paid enough to be impartial. What can I say?
I think the Goblins did suffer from trolls not behaving themselves in that match and just literally standing around being dead weights. They were very expensive blocks on the pitch, which just were picking their nose. So unfortunately, they didn't really get to help them out. And that sweltering heat just thrown a problem for both players, I feel.
Yeah, and of course, both of these situations are things that are really out of the control of the coach. You know, there's a degree of luck that will come into any Blood Bowl match in how things turn out that way. The trolls, when they work, can be absolutely devastating, but when they don't, God, you got to really wonder why you're spending all of that money on having them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And so that's the end of the second game in
second
the
game of
round.
the second round. We've got the third and the fourth have actually been played yet. We've yet to get the commentary down on those, but they will be coming very shortly. And here we are then already starting to shift into round 3, which is almost halfway through the whole of the cup. Where are things standing at the moment? Do you know?
So this match will put the Necros in first position. That'll be two wins of 2 games. Of course, we've not seen the results for all the others, so we will see as they come in to see how the league table works its way out.
Indeed, and of course, Tolmandary will be providing us with a full update at the end of this second round, won't he? Just to remind the fans of how things stand at the end of that round. Do you know? It occurs to me, how do you feel about Tolmandary both being a commentator and a coach within this tournament? And actually for yourself, because you are also one of the coaches in this tournament, do you feel pushed either way with regards to how you're treating the other teams?
No, I just treat them the same. Punch them in the face, stomp them on the ground, take the ball, walk into the end zone.
Yeah, see, Tolmandary, I can't help but wonder whether he's, with his editing of the games, whether he's making his opponents look worse than they are. Bit of fake news there, bit of fake news.
Oh, what's going to happen? Keep an eye on his cabal feed.
Yeah, the trouble is, see, he gets to edit these audios as well, so I may well come out poorly out of this one.
You do a fine job by yourself.
Yeah, thanks. So it's been fabulous chatting with you again, JP. Thank you for your time today, and I look forward to catching you on the pitch sometime soon.
Excellent. Yes, thank you very much, Double D, and hopefully we'll have more pies next time with less Nobler.
Nobler. All right. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.